Hello, guys. Welcome back. The 2027 postseason is finished. And here's what happened. The Orioles had a pretty easy time going through the playoffs. Went undefeated. I'm not sure if that's ever happened in real life. But the Orioles absolutely dominated. Beat the Rangers 3-0. Or beat the Twins 4-0. And then swept the Brewers. After we lost to the Dodgers went to have a 7-game series against the Brewers. Guess the Brewers were too beat up after having a 5-game series. Went to 4-5 there, to 4-7 here. Then got their butts kicked in the World Series. All right, here we are at salary arbitration. Haven't really looked through these yet, so we'll find it together here. So David Parkinson, 31 years old, was making 1.4. He wants 1.6. He was in the majors most of the year, 34 games. He did okay, and maybe not really, but yeah, might let him go to pasture again. Pasture. So let him go to 31. Gonna be 32 in another month or two, in December. So. Yeah, he was okay for us, I guess. He's been solid for us. He's a real-life Philly guy. But maybe let him go. Again, I can always pick him up in free agency. But we're going to probably just let him walk and try to retool this bullpen. So we will withdraw from Parkinson. Yes. Up next is C.J. Carter. He's been disappointing. Came over in the trade for Velasquez, right? A couple years ago, or last year. Well, seemed like a while ago. I didn't really look at his stuff. So he was making 1.3. He wants 1.5. How has he been? He was solid for us this year. 3.9. Bad BIP was really high. Decent amount of strikeouts, hits, home runs. Not sure. Yeah, again, we'll probably, just let him walk, maybe sign him free agency, but need to kind of save some money, kind of see what's going on in the free agent market. So for now, Carter, we're going to let you go. Harold was making the bare minimum. He wants a slight tick up. He is 29, and he was great for us last year in 73 innings. This year he's right at average. ERA's a little high. He did start for us, 103 innings. Decent amount of strikeouts, okay walks. Ratings are pretty good. Little sidearm guy. Yeah, he wants a little upkeep. We'll keep it. See what happens. Luis Escobar making 1.2. He wants 1.4. He came over mid-season in the trade with the Red Sox. I forget what we did there. That was a big trade with Bobby Bomer, who retired after this year. Okay. Ethan Hankins, who they released, and Patrick Sandoval, which is kind of salary dump, and he's got recurring back spasms. So Escobar, how was he for us when he came over? 99. He was great for the Red Sox, like 235 for us, a little high ERA. He's a fly ball guy that doesn't do well in Cincinnati ballpark. Plus, he's fragile. He's 31. Yeah, so again, we'll let him walk. Escobar is right there, and then we'll see what happens in free agency. Lancelotti's making 5.63. He wants a slight upkeep. I like Lancelotti. He'd been actually very good for us the last couple years. He got 100 is kind of baseline. 115, 120 is like above average. So he's been very good for us. Had 1.1 WAR this year. 78 innings was almost his career high. 10.4 strikeouts per 9. Walks are okay, a little higher than last year. Hits a little higher. Home runs came down. I like Lancelotti again. He's a local boy, from Philadelphia. Very partial to him. So we're going to keep him, and he just wants, again, just a slight upkeep, right? Yeah. Hallie Sanchez making 8.92. He wants 1.2 now. Him and Mack have been platooning. He's obviously very, very good defensively. The bat's not terrible. 257. He's okay. Yeah, the 80 ones created plus isn't great. But I think his fielding is very, very good. Very above average. Only it was a 2.1 this year. He's a plus 13.3 for his career. So he's good, solid backup. Is only 30, quote unquote. Maybe on the backside of his career, but for only 1.2 million, we'll keep him. Bryce Turang, this is an interesting one. Was making 1.5. We're gonna offer him 1.7. It looks like. Same with Sanchez. He's not great with the bat. 1.6 WAR solid. He was a 2 last year. Pretty consistent the last couple years. That he's been up. So you definitely know what you're getting out of him. Offensively, defensively, again, he was very, very good this year. 8.6 at second base. Play a little shortstop for God knows. I think that's when Lindor went down. He's a plus 18 his whole career. So yeah, even if I find somebody that can start over him, 1.5 is a good backup. He's good in the bases. Obviously got a lot of steals this year to show up on here. It does not. But he was very good on the base pass. Defensively, obviously very, very good as well. Can play short and second. So a good bat to have. Such a good player to have. The bat's not great, but a good player to have. For 1.7 is good. Toro, I was going to let him go anyway. He's been in minor leagues off last year. He's a 4A guy, 4A superstar. So I was going to let him go anyway. So there's nothing to withdraw. Mike Ciani, I'm going to probably let him walk. 9.5. He's been pretty bad for us. The last couple of years was putrid this year with the bat. The base run's okay, but we have two rank. Two rank can be our base run specialist. He's okay defensively, but gonna let him walk. I'm gonna split up the Ciani brothers. So that's Tawa. I need to look at Tawa. So let me take away from Ciani. Actually, yep. Then we look at Tawa. He's interesting as well. Was making the minimum 5.63, wants 8.92. Again, he was a guy that has been okay for us. Came up here in 2025, was great in his 50 games. Then last year, he kind of dropped down to a little bit average. And this year, he finished out below average with his most at bats ever last 2 years. So I guess this is what, this is what he is. Kind of came up when was a hot shot rookie there. Actually, he had a little cup of coffee back in 2024, actually. 25, and then 26, 27 was full-time here on the majors. At 2.3, 2.5, 2.3, 1, so he's dropping off. The average is dropping off as well. This is all dropping. Here's our second-round draft pick back in 2020. Again, good bat, he's decent bat, good in the base pass, good defense. We can play pretty much anywhere. So again, I'm going to sign him. He only wants, like $1 million, right? So try to get him. Again, I need to find somebody to replace him. Again, he'll be a solid 4th, 5th outfielder, so see what happens there. Sammy Ciani, big boost. So 5.63 is his current salary, and then he wants to go to 3.9, almost $4 million. Is he worth it? He's fragile, but he hasn't been injured, I don't think. He missed 4 weeks. That's right, he missed 4 weeks in August. That's why we went down. 2026 is really banged up 2 or 3 weeks, 2 days, 6 days. Missed last year, the 4 weeks. He's been okay. He actually had a big breakout year this year. He's been with us now for 3 years. Had a great 2025, good 2026, solid, and a little uptick this past year. His WAR's been pretty good. 275 average, pretty good on base. 366 is very, very good. He's been a leadoff guy. Slugging's okay. 100 hits. He walks a lot, doesn't strike out. He's a good leadoff guy. Pretty good defensively. Let's check out his fielding stats. He played third base for a game. That's weird. In left field, but mostly in center field was a plus 2.8. Check out his career. He's actually not great defensively. 1.5 career in center. Mostly been his position, played right field a little bit, so um, that's going to be interesting. Good in the base path, good defenseman, can play any place. I don't know what the outfield market's like. That's a pretty big jump. I mean, 3.9 is not terrible, but is a obviously $3 million jump. I'll think about that for a second. Wogu, he's a big jump as well. He's an even bigger jump from 5.63 to $5 million. So he wants to get paid this year. I think it's justified. He's been with us now for 3-4 years, and 3 years. Actually, this is his first full year with us. Actually, he was with us the whole season, 25-26. But this year he was in a starting role, and was pretty good. Over there, 4.2 WAR was great. Average 278 solid. Obviously, he was at 45 home runs. Walks a decent amount. Strikes out a lot though. So I don't know. Check out defensively. Not great defensively. Actually below average in his career. So bringing back, basically adding $8 million right there onto our payroll with Wogu and Siani. I could see bringing back Wogu for the offense. Maybe defense wasn't great. Siani, I don't know. We'll have to see there. Arenado knocking off from $15 million. Screw that. And then a bunch of other minor league guys. So Chavis walk, Harrison walks. And a bunch of other minor league guys will look to offer there. So, all right, we have reached the awards portion right before salary arbitration. So let's just go through the awards here real quick. So, American League Gold Gloves. You can see everyone there. National League, couple surprises here. Mac England picks up the Gold Glove for pitchers. Not sure how that happens, but 18 chances, 8 putouts, 9 assists, 1 error, 944 fielding percentage. Sure, you can add that as first little notch up there. So good to see for the youngin. Surprised that Sanchez didn't win catcher. Barnhart, 3.2 zone rating. Threw out 27%, caught stealing 20. But if we go to Sanchez, I guess Sanchez didn't play that much. That's probably why he didn't play. I throw at 16. I guess maybe. I think Sanchez only played 73 games. How much did? Barnhart played 111. So maybe that's why. Olsen won it for first base. Take a look at that. 99 for field percentage. 7 errors, 99 assists, 7.6 zone rating. So very good. First of many hardware we hope for him. And no one else there. AL reliever, of course, went to Joe Boyle. I think we looked at him earlier. 43 saves, led Major League Baseball. Looks like 2.5 WAR, 2.13 ERA. Of course, he's good. So, well, congrats to him. I'd feel good for a 35th round draft pick. NL reliever goes to Mike Bartow. AJ Minter came in third, got 5 first place votes as a setup guy. 3 saves. Was very, very good as setup guy. Probably will be a better closer than Sir Anthony, but it is what it is. Silver Slugger, American League. There's everybody there. No real big surprises. Seager still doing well now, playing for the Yankees as a DH. National League. Flaherty picked up there for the Silver Slugger. 4 pitchers, 3 home runs. What did it say? 3 home runs, 314 batting average. Looked pretty good. And Olsen, look at that slash line there, just a hair under 600 bats, 75 home runs. So his second award picks up the Gold Glove, picks up the Silver Slugger. Oh, Lindor picked up shortstop as well. That's good to see. He had a solid year, I think. He had 4.6 WAR. But again, so Olsen, the Gold Glove, Silver Slugger. We work up here. There's the American League Rookie of the Year. Sergio wins it going away. All 31st place votes goes to him, so he wins it there. National League rookie Joe Mack actually finished third here. Monroe ran away with it, but Mack was solid. 110 games, 1.6 WAR. Again, him and Sanchez will platoon, but good for him to see that. AL rookie manager of the year goes to the Finley, the Orioles manager, of course. Milwaukee wins pitcher, the coach there. Excuse me. As for the pitcher, Emerson Hancock picks it up for the Orioles. Chris K of the Twins was right behind him. They split the 30 votes, as you can see there. As for National League, Bravo won it pretty handily. Gamboa got a couple votes there. Carrera probably split, with Bravo. Dean won it last year. And now for the American League MVP, Sam Moak. And Botero got 9 place votes. So we'll see there. So, the moment of truth. Matt Olson, once again, won the Gold Glove. Then he won the Silver Slugger. Will he come away with the MVP? Drum roll, please. And he does. Matt Olson wins it, going away. Not sure who would vote for Devers over 277, 24 home runs, 75 home runs, and 147. Was Devers justified? Maybe. Got a 9 WAR, 330 average. I think led the majors, was close there. 390, 47 doubles, led the majors there. RBI, just a hair under 50 home runs, 175 runs created there plus. And then we look at Olson. So he had an 8 WAR, 277 average. Led the majors there in slugging percentage, led him in runs, obviously home runs and RBI, and pretty solid runs created there. So Olson picks up the trifecta, Golden Glove, Silver Slugger, and MVP. All right, and here are our free agents for the 2027 offseason, and there are a lot of nice big names here. There's some good international guys that got posted, like this Jingyu Zhang coming over from Taiwan. He's an 80-80. He's 29 years old, won $7.7 million. He'll be a good guy in the bullpen as well. There's another international guy down here, this Hai Lang Kao. He's also from Taiwan. He wants $13.5 million. He's 26, so he could be a good guy perhaps. Take a look at his contract maybe. It's actually reasonable. $13.5 he wants for the next 8 years till he's 34. So we'll have to take a look at that. Obviously, a lot of big names there. Alsby's, Jordan Hicks. He's a free agent again. Maybe we'll bring him back. We'll see a couple other good people there. We'll kind of go through this quickly. So catchers. We don't need a catcher. We're just kind of looking here of who's on the market. JT there. Look at all infielders here. Go through this a little bit quicker. So Alsby, Senzel, Jones, there's Bo Bichette. Hoskins, a free agent once again. There's Tejada, we let him go. A couple other names there. Check out the outfielders. We don't really need any outfielders, but just take a look. There's Acuna Jr., Ozuna, Blade, David Dahl. A couple other decent names there. Grisham, Happ. So we'll see. We'll check out the starting pitching a lot here. DeGrom, 39 years old. Lazardo's 30. There's that Cal guy. A couple other decent amount of young guys here. But some decent talent going on there. And we'll check out any good closers. We don't need any closers, but there they are. Then we'll check out all relievers. Definitely need some relievers, and there's plenty to go around. These guys are all closers for the most part, but I'll have to take a look. So, yeah, so that is the free agent ness around here. Let's go back to all players just for giggles here and see who wants the biggest contract. $30 million. Acuna wants $30 million. Alsby's wants $28. 20. So we'll have to see. We have $28 million here in free agent money. Hopefully, we'll use it all maybe, but I don't want to bleed us dry. So We'll see. Let's hop into the mailbox. A lot to go over, and I'll show you guys where we're at. We're on opening day. Went through spring training. Off season's over, and I'll show you how I made this team better. All right, we're gonna a couple news and notes from around the league. Some former Phillies are in the news. Just kind of go through that quickly, and a lot of other news to go through here. So I wanted to highlight this. Frank Medina, who was one of our closers the last couple years, got a 3-year deal with the Cardinals. He was really didn't do much for us. Kind of a 4A guy. He was good in AAA in 2024. Then went back to AA, AAA. Went up to the majors and was okay. Then went back to AAA. Then the AAA majors, and was not good for us last year. Was really never great. Was a little above average. ERA was high. He had okay ratings, a below average movement, right at average control. Obviously, slider's really good. He's a ground ball guy. Just really never worked for the Phillies. And it looks like the Cardinals picked him up for $3.6 million a year. So too rich for my blood. I didn't want him back anyway. So he goes on to greener pastures. He's 27 years old. He goes on to greener pastures. Big offseason signing. Hai Lang Kao. Coming over from Japan. He was an international signing, and I outbid everybody, and here's who he is. So he's 26 years old, 6'1", 205 pounds, and here's his ratings. So we'll see. He was a bigger national guy. He looks average across the board, average stuff, average movement, average control, below average. Fastball is good, curveball and changeup above average. Slider's kind of low. So we'll see. He's a ground ball guy. Got great stamina, good hold runners, good adaptability, good work ethic. So hopefully he's good. He pitched in spring training. He got 4 starts. He looked okay. Had one big blow up here. But looked okay. I don't know. It's 26 years old. Contract was a little high. So it's $45 million. So $15 million a year for 3 years. Which I think is actually good because he's 26. So by the time he turns 29, kind of see how he does. He's actually from Taiwan. He's a lefty, and we need a lefty in the starting lineup, in the rotation. So we'll see. I think it's kind of a high risk, but good reward. We'll see. As a ground baller, power guy. So hopefully he pans out. So we shall see how he does. So he was a big offseason signing there. Also signed this Sean Jelly, Jelly, I forget. He was a guy I like in real life, like in this game. Be a good reliever for us. Got good stuff. Movement's kind of low, but everything else above average. Good knuckle curve. Knuckleballs do really, really well in this game. He's a ground baller. Been solid. Kind of bounced around a little bit. San Francisco. They went to Chicago last year, looks like. Must have been traded, maybe. Free agent, $4 million, a little high, but it's a 1-year deal. He wants to be a starting pitcher, which is what he's been for a while. He's going to start in the bullpen. Maybe move him over to starting rotation, see how he does. But need to fix the bullpen a little bit. I think he might be good for us out there again to start the year. Maybe move him into the rotation. Obviously, he wants to be in rotation. He's a little unhappy. So we'll see. 6'11", 225. So we'll see how he does. Again, he could be interchangeable, moving in the rotation, but we'll see. Next guy up, is Aaron Nola. Wanted to look at that. So the Dodgers signed him to a 1-year, $8.6 million contract. So he's fine, not finally, but he's off our books, going someplace else. And knowing him, he'll probably win the Cy Young this year. Well, he's in the bullpen for them, but he'll probably win reliever of the year because that's how the game works. Again, his ratings have been solid, but ever since 2024, he dropped off. Obviously, he was really good, and then just was really below average. Was okay, last year in AAA, came up for us, started a little bit, and was god awful, the worst that he's been. So disappointing, kind of see him go, kind of tugs at the heartstrings. The fans are upset they left, but 34 years old. So he is actually, they signed to a long-term deal, right? Oh no, just a 1-year deal. So see what happens. Next up, Manny Ramirez. Again, he was another reliever for us. He was okay for us. Again, kind of another 4A guy. He came up Was Houston back in 2022, came to us, was in AA, AAA, came back in the majors 2025, and that's pretty good for us back in 2025. A little cup of coffee, 9 innings. Then AAA was great. Major leagues was terrible. The last year was outstanding. 11 games, 394 ERA plus was great. A .95 ERA, .63 WHIP was outstanding. And came up to the majors and didn't do anything. 27 innings, negative .2 WAR, terrible ERA. He was a ground ball guy. Thought he worked for us, but he didn't. I just don't know what happened. Walked a lot of guys, didn't strike out anybody. Home runs were okay. So he finally moves on. Good riddance to you. But again, he'll probably win Cy Young or something. Jordan Hicks, he moved on as well. I think it was last year, this year. I forget that's when I traded him away. Oh, that was the Matt Olson deal. Duh. He pitched okay for them. 2.3 WAR, 28 saves. I don't know if he was. I guess he was their closer. Maybe like a reliever, but he was okay for them. Obviously, great stuff, great movement, terrible control, terrible curveball, 2-pitch pitcher. Obviously, great strikeouts, walked a lot of guys. And he was very good for us, but obviously got back Matt Olson. So we'll see, but everything else is pretty bad there. So he moves on to the Twins, who signed everybody this offseason. So now they have Hicks, they have Boyle, they got a couple other good relievers as well. So their bullpen is very, very good. We did lose one guy in the Rule 5 draft, Jared Loyo. He was an okay prospect. Personality isn't great, so not sad to see him go. The game kind of likes him. Ice Scout liked him a little bit more. He was a guy, he's 25 years old. He was still in single A. He'd been tearing it up a little bit. Last year kind of dropped off. So he's going from high single A straight to the majors. How's he back? Oh, I guess they released him. I didn't realize that. Shoot. So I guess whoever it was released him. So I don't know even who took him. Yeah, because I guess somehow he's back in my organization. Didn't realize that. So I guess whoever, I forget whoever to say who took him. I don't want baseball cards. Boy. The one thing on this thing you can hit that takes an hour. We can all sit here and suffer together. And you can shame me for hitting the baseball card thing. Now I'm getting the spin wheel of death. There we go. No one cares about that. History. So who took him? There we go. Yep. So they drafted him, released by New York, returned to the Phillies. Okay. They took him round 1, 8th pick. Okay. So came back to me. So they realized he wasn't that good. So he came back to me. So that's good. But again, he was just low average stuff, large movement, great control, great fastball. He's a one-pitch pitcher. Does it if he's one pitch into 100 maybe, but he's not. He throws 93 as a fly ball guy. So somebody that's probably not even good for my system, good for me. He's a lefty too. So he's still in single A. So we'll see what happens there. Picked up this Brendan Waddell. Not sure why I kept all 3 messages, but picked him up. He'll be in the bullpen. 33 years old, 1.3 million. Again, a solid, he's been okay reliever. Been with Boston. I think he's a Pirates guy in real life. He's just okay, but again, he's an extreme ground baller. Good personality. Pitchers are good. The movement and control leave a little bit to be desired. The stuff is solid. He's okay. Doesn't strike out. He walks a lot of guys. Again, just trying some different guys here in the bullpen. Again, he's someone that could mix and match, have him for a month, see what happens, demote him, release him. But he's a lefty, and you need a lefty in the bullpen. And I think he's actually okay. He's okay against lefties. So we'll see. But I really liked all 3 pitchers are great. Extreme ground ball guy. So again, just trying something out. So we'll see what happens with him. Above him, Sandoval, former Philly, signed with them. Again, he was a guy that's a 4A guy. He did make it to the majors with us, but again, he was great in, great in AAA. Major leagues wasn't good. Then he wasn't good again last year. So I think I traded him for a salary dump for somebody, and he was actually okay for Boston last year. Now he goes to the Cubs. He's 31 years old. And he got a good deal. So. Good for him. Estevez, he was a former Philly from a couple years ago, I believe. He's 35 now. Yeah, he was with us back in 2024, but he's bounced around with us, then Cleveland, then Pittsburgh, then Colorado, and the White Sox, and the Mariners. So he's been on 5 different teams the last couple years. So he's bouncing around. It's actually, pretty good last year, for Colorado 2 years ago. White Sox was solid, as with the Mariners. So he's, I guess, a career pitcher. Hall of Fame, a little disappointing. Vote for Ichiro. No reason why he should not be in the Hall of Fame, Ichiro Suzuki. He's got 3,000 hits, I believe. He got 3,000 hits. Should be a shoo-in. All of these are... Yes, look, black ink is high. I don't know. No reason why he shouldn't be in. He's a Hall of Famer. So, I don't know. I vote for him. Vote for Joe Mauer. I think he's very, very good. Sabathia, I don't think I did this year. I love K-Rod. Voted for him. Vote for Molina. Again, no reason why he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. One of the best catchers. The offense is a little below average, but one of the best catchers of all time. So not sure why he's not in there. No Beltran. I voted for Pedroia. I love Dustin Pedroia. That's a bias. Also vote for Utley. That's a bias. I did not vote for anybody else this year. Joe Nathan. I don't think I voted for him this year. Maybe last year. And all these guys dropped off. So there we go. Another pickup for us, Luke Weaver. Again, just trying to find guys. He's actually giving me the starting rotation to start the year. Yeah, him and that Sean Jelly guy could be interchangeable. I think Weaver pitched okay here in the preseason. Extreme ground baller, good stamina. I think he has better stamina than the Jelly guy. That's why I put him in there. Pitchers are good. He's got a well-developed changeup, something you don't see in the game. So we'll see what happens there. And he's been okay last couple years. He kind of bounced around too. Arizona, Cleveland, Toronto, Tampa Bay was good last year. He's been kind of above average. I guess 100's average, 115 as I always say is pretty good. Gives up a lot of home runs though, even though he's a ground ball guy. Again, he's my fifth starter right now. See how he does. Could be interchangeable. So he's 34 years old. 1 year deal. 2-year deal for him. Really? Crap. Yeah, 2-year deal. 1.2. Really, really cheap. So see what happens. Above him is Tommy Dveldy, which is a big pickup. And I think he right now is slated to be our closer, maybe. I think I put Sir Anthony back in relief role, him and Minter. Sir Anthony will probably be upset, but having the three of them, Minter, Sir Anthony, and now this Tommy Dveldy guy, outstanding. So got him for, I think, 2 years, $2.1 million each year. Ground ball guy, he's been outstanding. Actually, he was great. The last couple of years had a down year in Colorado, but everyone pitches bad in Colorado. So I got him kind of cheap, and he's just outstanding. 13.1 strikeouts per 9, walks a little high, hits are fine, gives up a lot of home runs, but again, that's Colorado. Pittsburgh's kind of a small park too, so I think that's great. The back end of the bullpen. So if our starters can get to the 7th inning, I think we're going to be great. We're going to shut it down. So he was my big offseason signing, so good to see that. Mazzai, kind of a former Philly, and also because he got hurt. Out 12 months with a fractured eye socket. Got in a fight with his neighbor. So that's kind of interesting, one of those storyline things. He was a guy that was, again, 4A guy for us. He played okay. And he came up to the majors, was terrible. Not terrible, he's okay at Cincinnati. Back with them, so he's kind of a 4A guy, but kind of like that little storyline. He got punched in the face, was out 12 weeks. Now into trade. So I think we made 3 big trades. So the first big trade, Joe Mack is gone. I'll explain in a second, but going to the Cubs. The Cubs, we're big trade partners with them. We traded for Lindor a couple years ago. That's when we traded away Real Muto and stuff. But Joe Mack and Owen Cassie go to the Cubs for Jeff Balk, Alex Cabello, Victor PR, former Philly, blast from the past, David Harrison, and Eric Bree. So 2 for 5 trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll try to go through this quickly. So Joe Mack is out the door. He was okay offensively a couple years with us. Actually, last year was his first full year. Got a cup of coffee last year for us at a full year, and him and Sanchez kind of platooned. Offense is good, but didn't really like his defense. Only 50 ability, and the way this game goes, and what they say on the message boards that. And you want a defensive catcher over an offensive catcher. Wasn't getting it done here. But he's still very, very good. A good prospect, good player. 65 to the game. And a 60-65 to me. Good leader, good ability, good work ethic. Going to be a very good player in this league. Had a 1.8 WAR last year. Was pretty good in AAA 2 years ago. Going to be very, very good. Still controllable a couple years. But I like Sanchez a lot. Good defensively. And a good spring. And a good, decent offensive last year. So Joe Mack goes to the Cubs. Also with him, Owen Cassey, one of my plethora of outfielders. He was a draft pick a couple years, a 10th round draft pick. The 11th round draft pick back in 2020 in the first year. Again, he's kind of up and down, kind of 4A guy. I don't think he ever made it to the majors, no, and he was okay. 120, and last year kind of dropped off. Again, I have a lot of outfield. His ratings never developed. He's only 25, 45 to me, and 45 to the game, 35. Personality isn't great, so he went away. And we get back, first of all, Jeff Balk, 25-year-old. He's in AAA. Going to make his first stint in AAA. He was okay. He's been all right, but again, extreme ground ball. I love to see those. Great stamina. Pitches are okay. Good movement. Stuff and control aren't good. He's a kind of a weird sinker slider guy. Changeup hasn't developed yet. It probably won't develop, to be honest. But again, kind of a long shot guy. He's a sidearm guy. Again, ground baller. Really like the ground ballers. He's also the 45th ranked prospect. So I'd like to see that. Again, see if he develops. I need pitching desperately. Then we get this first baseman, Alex Cabela. As I said, if if Olsen leaves, I know there's a couple guys in AA and AAA who are good. But again, 20 years old, switch hitter, great power, contact's not going to be there, isn't going to strike out, may walk every now and then. He's actually been very, very good down in single A. He's going to start in single A for me. His ratings are okay. There, defensively, he's above average or at average, 6'4", 190. So again, another long shot, another prospect to fill out the farm system. I think he has a 65 potential to me, 50 to the game. I scout like some more. Not a good personality makeup, but again, another long shot. See what happens. Then we got Victor PR. He comes back to the Phillies. If you remember, he was an international guy when I started the game. Or did I pick him up? Yeah, he's a minor league guy in August of the first year. Traded him away in the big trade. Let me go back to that. That was a big Ramuto trade. He's a free agent now. Then we got Sir Anthony back. Jane Hill actually retired. And then Lindor is still with us. So, again, he's not that good either. Hasn't been great. Had one good year for them in single A. Was okay. Single A plus, double A. Only had 7 starts. So, starting double A for me. See what happens. So, 40-60. He used to be a high-ranked prospect. If you remember, 60th. 47th was the highest. They kind of dropped off. 90th. So, it's kind of regressing. So, kind of going away. So, again, 40-60 to the game. And then a 35-55 to me. So, it's actually more terrible for me. Again, just a fastball splitter. Curveball's not good. Changeup's actually decent. So, again, no long shots. So far, 3 nonchalant guys. I don't know. So, Dave Harrison, again, he's a guy that hopefully will be good. Obviously, great stuff, great movement, great fastball, above average slider. He's a single A guy. Again, he look at 7 outstanding strikeouts, 17.6 strikeouts per 9, but he walks a whole hell of a lot. Home runs, hits are okay. No home runs at all. Doesn't give up any home runs because he got great movement and great stuff. Big strikeout guy. Controls can be a little iffy. So we'll see what happens with him. But again, he's a filler guy. See what happens with him. But another closer, good reliever. Hopefully comes to the pipeline. And then a throw in outfielder, kind of Breeze for Cassie, kind of the outfielder there. Eric Breeze will go in single A. He's been okay for them. Had a couple good years. He's average all around. He's okay there. Okay in the outfield. So again, another throw. So basically was, I guess it was Mac for, a couple pitchers, a couple relievers. A closer X was 1. Yeah, so with 3 pitchers, a first baseman, outfielder. So okay trade. Again, some minor league depth. So we'll see what happens there. Another kind of minor type trade. Trade away Tyler Kehoe and Kendall Simmons for Tyler Thomas and Emmanuel Clase. I think it's Clase or Clase. Kehoe, again, another plethora of outfielders. Him and Owen Cassey. He was kind of 4A guy. He was doing pretty good in AAA, and then came up to the majors, wasn't that good. That's okay, but he's great in the base pass, great in the fact he's decent in the field. To trade him away, he was a guy that was probably really never going to make my team. My scout doesn't like him. The game likes him a little better, 50-55. So he's 27 years old. Obviously I have Siani, I have Wogu, some other guys out there, Tawa. So got rid of a couple of outfielders there. Then Kendall Simmons again. He's 27, I think. He was a guy that made his major league debut last year. It's kind of a bench guy. Wasn't great. Hasn't really been great his whole minor league career. 2.7 WAR last year. 2 years ago was okay. Trade him away. So again, another minor league guy, kind of old guy. So trade him away. Tyler Thomas picked him up. Pitched one game in spring training, and then blew his arm out after 12 months. So he was a guy kind of excited about getting ground baller, good personality makeup. Ratings aren't great. Again, I'd like to change up development. He's 32, so hopefully him injured doesn't, kill his ratings. He was a guy that had a good bounce back year in AAA last year. He's been solid last couple years. I think he's a Pirates guy. He was a Pirates guy a little bit. So had him for one game. Had him for how many batters? 3 batters. 3 batters, and he's out for the year. So by Tyler. So and then Class A is an interesting one. Hear me out. 30 years old. He was outstanding in real life. Great there. 117, 237 was great. And then he got hurt. And has not pitched in almost 2 years. So he pitched one game, got hurt. Then 2027 came back and worked his way up. So 4 games in rookie ball, 5. This is all 2027. 5 games single A, 9 double A, 5 in triple A. Came up to the majors, 2 games. He is fragile. The game has him in single A right now. That's where it defaulted to. I did a drop down and had them set my minor league teams. He's in single A, so maybe he'll do the same trajectory this year. He'll start off, a couple games come up, but he is on the verge of being wrecked. Maybe, I don't know. He was kind of okay, but then 13 months with UCL and then back tightness, missed over a month. He is only 30 or is 30, quote unquote. I don't know. So I don't know. But he throws 100 miles an hour, good extreme, ground ball. He used to be very, very good. He was a 60, had great potential back in 2020. In 2020, it kind of dropped off. Then got injured, dropped down to 50. Now he's 40, down to 40 again. So maybe someone could be a good comeback story, comeback player of the year. His personality's not that great. He's very unhappy now, but kind of a minor thing. So again, it's kind of getting rid of 2 old players, an outfielder, and a third baseman. This pitcher was going to be good. He was a lefty, too. And he actually was okay against the lefties. He's all right. So he's going to be a good lefty out of the bullpen for me. Didn't work out. He got hurt. And then Class in single A, so pretty much a mute trade. Former Philly plus another injury. A couple injuries up here I want to highlight. So Kyle Dory had him. He was okay. Get another 4A guy. Went to Baltimore. Was actually okay for the last 2 years. Blew out his arm after 11 months. So he's gone. Again, he was disappointing. Great pitcher. 3 above a pitch. Great changeup. Good fastball slider. Stuff is outstanding. But the movement and control was just god-awful. So the great, look at that. He struck out 13, but he walks 9, walks 8. Home runs are okay. So he was a guy I thought it would be good. I think I gave him a cup of coffee. He had 22 innings. It was actually okay for me. 2.02 WAR, 200 ERA plus. So, yeah, kind of dodged that ball. So he's gone. There's a Tyler Thomas injury, yada yada. Little scary in spring training. Mitchell went out 3 weeks with a hamstring. He didn't. Nothing dropped. His movements, I think. His control's going to drop a little bit. Got disappointed, but obviously it was great for us last year. Our best reliever. So hopefully he bounces back as a setup guy. He's here for. He's a free agent. 3.4. What's he want? I haven't checked this yet. He wants $7 million. He's 34. I don't know. We'll have to check that out. So we'll see. A couple injuries. So Callum Clark obviously was a MVP a couple years ago, missing 8 months. Let's kind of highlight that sucks for them. He's out for the year. Obviously, he was great. So that kind of helps me. Sucks for them. Hader, I think another guy out for the whole year. You know, what's he? I forget what happened with him. Hurt his arm or something. I don't want Milwaukee. Go back. I think he blew out his arm too. Ruptured UCL out 11 months, so that sucks for them. So wanted to highlight that. And Guillermo, kind of a freaky thing. So his garage door fell on him. And he's out for the whole year. Did it ever say what his injury was or no? Just still says undisclosed. Yep, so that for the whole year. He was our starting second baseman. So that sucks for them. And then this guy again, another big guy out 14 months. I think this is one of the longest injuries I've seen before. It's 14 months for a rotator cuff. He's 25. His career is probably done. He'll probably come back. His ratings will go down. So that sucks for them. Then the prospect list was published. We have 2 in the top 10 here. So Grigo is 3rd overall, and Mayer is 8th. So check out the minor league. We have the best minor league system in baseball by far here. So that's good to see. Hopefully got some guys coming off the pipeline. So we'll go through them quickly. Tony Grigo, he pitched in spring training. He was okay for us. Got a cup of coffee. Was in AAA last year a little bit. He'll start in AAA again this year. He's got 80 potential. The game likes him a whole hell of a lot more now. My scout only has him as a 40. So again, he could be a guy that could be up by the All-Star break or so. Maybe a couple starts in AAA. If he lights it up, bring him up. So he's okay. Mayer is more of a shortstop. Have him at second base, trying to get a little bit better. He's been okay for me as well. I can look at the stats. Had a kind of a down year last year, but he'll bounce back. So there's his stats. He's coming through the pipeline. Then Jeff Barnett, he's a shortstop, position-wise, but his fielding ratings, he can play anywhere. He is elite at anything. He can play. He has a bad turn double play, but he can be elite anywhere. But he's only 6 foot, 175. Maybe a center fielder. Is he fast? Yeah, he's great. So he could definitely be a center fielder. I have him at shortstop now, trying to go a little bit better. I haven't touched him. The game has put him everywhere. Put him at shortstop, center field, right field. So we'll see how he develops. Probably need to move him to someplace else to learn. Probably second base, maybe move him to second base. But he's a guy that could be a leadoff guy for years to come. Great contact. Won't strike out. Won't walk, though, but he won't strike out, though. So that's good to see there. He's a 26. Figueroa is he's still only 17. He was international scout fine. He's a 28th overall. He's 17. I promote my guys at 18, so probably another year. He'll turn 18 during the season, but I like to wait till the spring training. So he's a good leader, good work ethic. And as the game thinks he's going to be an 80, my scout only has him as a 60. So if he becomes a 70, then that's good then. And the last one is Lou Zingo. He was my draft pick back in 2026. 3rd round, 92nd overall, 36th prospect rating. He's okay. Again, he's a second baseman. I got some good infielders. Again, okay contact, got power, won't strike out. So again, he could be a solid, fielder. Good bat, good leadoff guy. So, yeah, but by far we have a great farm system there. We'll check out the starting lineups here. So we'll go with the starters. As you can see, this is my starting rotation. Garcia's going to be the ace as usual. Cal number 2, Anglin number 3, Flaherty 4, and Luke Weaver, as I said, gets a start there. You can kind of see the ratings here. So Cal is kind of average here. Again, maybe kind of disappointing a little bit, but kind of see the movement. He's got the great movement though, control. Our guys are good stuff. So we'll see. And then Garcia's only got 40 stamina, but he's been our workhorse there. So we'll see. Bullpen-wise, not much change in there. How Howard goes to the bullpen, he really just dropped off. He's going to be our Aaron Nola, upsetting here. So Even like, a couple years ago, like 55, 60, 55, 60, and then dropped off last year, 50, 45, 45, 40. And he's here for 3 more years, 4 more years, so that's a player option. If this is a team option, would be great. He'll probably stick around. So we're stuck with him for a while. So that's disappointing. $20 million reliever. So that sucks. So I tried to trade him in offseason. No one wants him, obviously, because he sucks. So we'll see what happens there. Rest of the bullpen, nothing's really changed. Lancelot comes back. There's Jelly, Cojito. So starting the bullpen. There's Minter, Evaldi, and Dominguez is my closer there. So I said, my 7th, 8th, 9th innings are shut down, so that's good. We'll check out the relievers here. Overall ratings. Kind of check them out. Go through the stuff. So Dominguez, Evaldi, there's Minter. A couple guys with above average movement, a little bit control. He's got good control. Howard sucks. We know that. Good against lefties. A couple guys who are good against lefty. Obviously, he's a lefty. Waddell's a lefty, so 2 good lefties there. 3 guys with elite stuff against lefties. These guys are good against righties as well. A couple ground ball guys. So we'll see. So those are all the pitchers. Check out the lineup for the opening day. We'll kind of go through each position here. So catchers, Sanchez, which got the great defensive, great ability, great arm. So he's going to be the sole catcher there. Not sure if him and Melendez are going to be... Platoon Melendez, I think is making his major league debut. No, he came up 2 years ago for a cup of coffee. Again, he's got good ability, good arm, decent, backup guy there. He's 28. So again, he'll back up Sanchez, but it's Sanchez's job there. Go to first base. Let's see here. So there's Olsen, there's Bohm, Clifford. He gets to start up in the majors this year after making his major league debut last year. He's a good bat. Again, not good defensively, good bat off the bench. So we'll see how he does there. This Trey Morgan guy picked him up as a free agent. So he was okay. He got kind of a cup of coffee last couple years. He's a first baseman. Again, he could be a good pinch hit option. He's 25. Again, if he moves on, if Olsen moves on, Morgan could go in there. I haven't checked Olsen's demands in a while. Let's see. And he wants only 47.5. Remember, he wanted 50. Now he wants 47. He's making 20 this year. So as I said before, we'll have him play, see what happens. If the team sucks or something happens, we'll try to trade him, but we'll see. Infielders, no real changes. Mac Horvath makes his major league debut. Played it in spring training. Was good. Batted .333. He's okay defensively. Bats okay. Ratings are all right. He's been decent the last couple of years, a little above average. And he can back up third base when Bohm needs a break, or when Olsen's out, Bohm moves to first. Matt can play third. He can also play shortstop behind Lindor. So that's what happens there. Outfield, little changes here in the outfield a little bit. So there's Wogu, Siani, Tawa. Drew Burress makes his major league debut for your Phillies. 2024 second round draft pick, 23 years old. Been actually doing pretty good here in the minors. Was killing it. Was great, actually outstanding in AA last year, a couple games. Came up to AAA, played the full year there. Was a little below average. And he did okay in spring training. But I think having him play defensively will be good. He's actually great, outstanding in the outfield, great in center field. So having him go out there, go to positions that kind of moves people around. So Tawa's great in left field, and Siani's great in right field. He was our center fielder last year. So now we have an outstanding center fielder. And Wogu's kind of the odd man out here. Obviously, Wogu was unbelievable last year. 4.5 WAR, 45 home runs, was outstanding for us. He's happy right now, as is. He got the arbitration there for 5.8. But we're going to leave Burst, at least to start the year. Opening day in the outfield. Wogu could be that outstanding pinch hit bat. He could platoon. Again, he can play left or right when Tawa or Siani needs a day off. Burris hopefully will hit for us. His ratings look okay. His stats have been okay. 200 hitter. We'll see how he does. But maybe the defense will help us out, help the pitching staff out, again, the offense wasn't the issue last year. Defense was, pitching was. So hopefully that he helps us there. I think that's really about it. Got a team home, not much going on. Check on front office. We got $3 million there. Only 27 in extension money. Our attendance went up last year. And that's really about it. Minor league guys. Oh, we'll check out preseason predictions. So there's the American League. No real changes there. No one really doing great. But then we go to the National League, and a little surprising, maybe, but your Philadelphia Phillies are projected to win 91 games and run away with the NL East. I think that the bullpen improved. The offense pretty much stayed the same. They didn't change anybody in the offense, so hopefully they stay good. I think, as I said, the bullpen got much, much better with Evaldi there. Tommy. Sir Anthony's going to be good. Minter's good. This is kind of interesting. Howard sucks. Lancelotti was pretty good for us last year. 116. He was okay. Corjito, he was okay last year for us as well. Hopefully he stays good. We saw Howard sucks. And then there's the two big signings there, Hajeli and Waddle. Again, they could have a revolving door. Them three, with Weaver. Could be a revolving door. Flaherty's going to keep regressing, so that sucks. Hopefully he's not god-awful this year. Anglin was good for us last year. Hopefully, he gets better this year, 27 years old. So hopefully he keeps progressing. Cal, hopefully he's good. Good lefty. Again, we don't need these guys to be just eat innings, be good. Garcia's been a race. He's making, $29 million. He's here forever. We'll check out the salary since we're talking about money and see what we're stuck with. So Lindor's got 2 more years this year and next year. Flaherty's here for at least 4 more years. He'll probably exercise that player option, so that sucks. Garcia's here for a while. That's probably a bad contract, but kind of reward him for past years. Bohm, I think that would be good. A couple more years. He's still playing solid, so that's good. Howard, terrible contract. Olsen, need to figure out what to do with him. Sir Anthony's here for a couple more years. He's good. There's this Lin guy for at least 3 years. Wogu for a year. Siani for a year. Looking to upgrade there maybe. But obviously you have Burris, a couple other good guys in the minors. 1 year deal. This guy's still injured. Minter, and then kind of drops off from there. We'll check out our injury list. So Matson's still out 2 or 3 months from last year. Torn rotator cuff. There's Schmidt got from last year. There's Thomas. Couple other minor league guys there. Check out the minor leagues. So we're good. There's Grigo and Higgins. And look, I got a great starting core down in AAA between Bradley, Bulk, Higgins, and Grigo. Good potential there overall, guys. Yeah, Bradley's good. Good closer. Moreno. Caglione could be our first baseman of the future. He played AAA last 2 years and was pretty solid. So 25 years old. So he could be the successor to Olsen. So see what happens there. A couple other okay guys down there. AA, there's Meyer. PR is pretty good there. There's another good first baseman I have in LaHoyt, I guess, or Lavalette, it could be. He played AA last year, starting AA this year. So you get another good first base prospect. Plus I have that Clifford guy, plus Morgan. So pretty good in first base prospects. So if I do let Olsen walk, I got 2 good guys that come off their system. So we'll see what happens there. Down here in single A, so again, great closer, good center field, a couple good relievers, good pitcher. So see what happens there. Single A, again, another good closer, good reliever, good outfielder. So then down here there's Barnett, Cabillo, Terrian. He's a good prospect. He's a all or nothing guy. Good contact. Doesn't strike out. So let's see what happens with him. He was a draft pick at 2024, 4th round draft pick. So let's see what happens there. Then we're going down. There's Red and the White, couple okay guys there. Really no one international complex. Just this one guy, Figueroa. 17 years old. He's another first baseman, 17 years old. So we bleed first baseman and outfielders here. So we'll see. I think that's about it. That's been the big off-season recap. And I'll join you guys next time for opening day. So hopefully it's a good season for the Phillies. I think it'll be good. 91 projected wins. We'll open the day with Washington. So as always, thank you guys for joining me. I hope it's a good year for the Phillies. And as always, go Phils.